Hi everybody, it's Dr. 𝙘𝙗𝙤𝙤𝙧𝙤 from Rhythm of Life Chiropractic. And today I want to share with you one of the ways that we can help you with your headaches. In addition to our hands-on adjusting of the spine to correct the specific misaligned vertebrae on a segment by segment level, we also utilize a technique called chiropractic biophysics. And this is one of the most researched and validated techniques in the chiropractic profession. And why it's so important and why we incorporate it is because it addresses the global spinal alignment. If we address one specific vertebra that becomes misaligned and the overall curvature of that region is not addressed, then first of all, the chances of that area becoming misaligned again go up greatly. And also we are neglecting the spinal cord and the overall neurology that is affected by the spinal pathway from top to bottom. So if the spine has a misalignment from left to right or a loss of curvature from front to back, then that's going to affect the health of the neurons and the attachments of the muscles and the ligaments in that area, which can contribute to irritation and pain and release of pain chemistry in the body, which can further complicate and even contribute to causing your headaches. So one of the things that it's really important for everybody to realize is that loss of curvature in your neck can contribute to increased likelihood of pain, increased disability, and increased damage long-term to the neurons in the spinal cord itself. So it's super important that we address that. Another reason why it's important is that correction of the loss of curvature in the neck specifically has been researched, and a study has been published in the journal Brain Circulation that showed a connection between correction of the curvature in the neck and increased blood circulation to the brain itself, as shown on an MRI. And so it's very, very important. If we're looking at headaches, we need to address these global issues as it comes to the spinal curvature on the whole. And this whole process begins with a very specific and proper assessment of spinal alignment by looking at the posture, looking at a detailed x-ray study in which we computer analyze the comparison between your spine and normal. So if your spine has loss of curvature in any plane of motion, in any position, then we measure that specifically and have a baseline to start from. As we go through care, we follow up and do comparison studies to see how close we are getting to that normal spinal alignment. The overall technique, as it is applied, we utilize 3 approaches. So the first step is to do a proper adjustment to restore or reestablish brain communication through that spinal pathway. Just like with our hands-on work at each individual segment of the spine, the global spinal adjustment puts the spine in its mirror image position relative to how it's gone out of alignment and puts it back in towards proper alignment as we make the adjustment. And this signals to the brain to reprogram the brain into that normal alignment again. The second part is to retrain the muscles. This is mirror image exercises. And these are, again, specific to what you need based on how you've lost the ability to hold your spine. So if your muscles have not been trained to hold your spine in that position, we need to do that. And we do need to rehabilitate their ability to hold you in that proper posture again. And the third step is to look at reestablishing flexibility in the ligaments that hold your spine in these positions. So while you might strengthen your neck curve to be able to hold your head up, if you don't have the flexibility in order to get there, then we need to address that as well. So with this approach, this really rounds out our chiropractic care plan, because in addition to releasing and restoring that segmental vitality at each one of those joints in the spine, getting that area to rehabilitate segment by segment, we introduce this global approach to help the spine to regain health on the whole. This is very, very important if you're trying to address headaches and many other conditions. If you're interested in getting a proper assessment, coming in and at least just coming in for a consultation to see how our approach can help you to address your headaches, we'd love to help.